Okay. Are we live? Okay. I guess welcome to the many people watching. Probably so far. I'm National Master Matthew O'Brien. The match is between two quite strong players. They're around 2,400 blitz, so I look forward to it. Ethan, what do you like to add then?
Or yeah.
Do you know the players or?
Unfortunately, I don't really. I mean, Cheese Whip or Kevin, he's a freshman at the school I went to, Carnegie Mellon, but I graduated before he started there. So yeah. Though I did play Chris Checkmate 3-1-4-1 in maybe just one match last year. I forget, or two matches. But
yeah,
yeah. So that was a pretty fun match. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
Oh, it didn't go your way.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I'm glad you had a fun match at least, even if did it go your way. Did you win or lose or?
I ended up losing, though it was very close in the end. Yeah.
So I don't know Kevin, but I do know Chris. He was a former student. I take credit for all his wins, not for the last one. But yeah, I hope it's a good match regardless. Who wins? It seems like it'll be very close based on the ratings. Their bullet and blitz ratings are almost identical. So based on that, I think we'll see a very even match. So this looks like a Caro-Kann, which is interesting because Chris also plays Caro-Kann. So it's interesting to see Kevin playing the same variation Chris plays.
Okay.
Interesting. Let's see what we have here. The Tartakower variation. Okay.
Yeah. I wasn't following the game from the start, but it looks like White's doing pretty well now.
Yeah. You see the pawn structure is a little bit favorable for White because Black has double pawns, and Black is also pretty solid. The issue maybe is just covering the f6 pawn. Oh, bishop e7 cannot be ideal.
Yeah.
I thought king g7 because you want to have happy pieces and not sad ones. Like the bishop was on a more active square, possibly hitting white stuff, and now it's not. B3 is very solid, as Chris is.
There's a lot of ideas now. Like you could try queen c3, sacking on e7, or maybe knight h4. Yeah. Also, White's just up a pawn, so there's that too.
Even like that back too.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah.
3 versus 2 on the queen side. So eventually, someday, maybe White hopes to get a passer. Actually, I'm going to copy the link over to a few friends. So
nice.
We can get spammed by them or something. That would be terrific fun. If they want to listen to our brilliant commentary.
Yeah, I like queen f4 right there because I wanted to play queen c3 as White, but then there was some knight e4 shenanigans possibly happening. So just bishop 3.
Yeah, knight h2. Yeah, coming in with knight to. Yeah, knight h4 is very tempting because if you checkmate your opponent, you win the game. And nice.
Yeah, that's right.
I would have been very tempted by that too. I guess maybe they would have just put like king g7 or something.
Yeah, just king d7 is maybe not that good.
Yeah, I mean, playing knight g4 and bishop d4 is very true. Well, you can't play bishop d4 here because the rook takes e1 and rook takes e4. So.
Well, I mean, but there's rook e8 at the end. That actually looks a bit scary.
Oh, interesting.
But I don't know if that
maybe there's king h7 now or something. Bishop h6. I did not expect that move. I guess f5 was coming, but
well, if he takes the bishop, is he going to play knight f6 or knight takes back? I don't think knight f6 works.
Yeah, this is looking very good for White, and White's doing well on the clock as well, which is good.
Yeah. What's going on here? Yeah.
And Chris plays a more positional style from what I remember, as long as he hasn't changed his chess drastically. He probably hasn't been playing too much of late because he's a double major actually at Lehigh University, which I'm sure that keeps him very busy and away from chess. But it's good to see him playing this match.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't know his opponent, so I can't really say much about him. But yeah, so far he's playing quite solidly and he's resisting very well. So that's good.
I don't love that from Black, but
yeah, that's definitely
maybe it
concept.
was worse. Yeah.
I don't really think he had too much. Well, yeah,
I was thinking maybe Rook H8.
maybe okay, yeah. It's not a happy move to play either.
Yeah.
Understandable in that regard. Probably would rather make the pawn weakness than the, at least in blitz. Yeah, this looks very difficult to play, to say the least. That being said, White is not really doing anything to break through because he doesn't need to. He just needs to not mess up.
Yeah.
But at this point, you soon probably need to find a plan. Would you want to trade maybe one rook, go rook d5, rook g5, something like that?
Yeah, I was thinking something like that, but still unsure. Queen a1, what's the idea? Maybe just a waiting move.
I think also if you take on e8, there isn't any rook takes d1. So I think it's a little.
Oh, fair. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. In 93.
Black is coming in.
It's ambitious, but not sure how to punish it exactly.
Yeah.
D1, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, pinning them is logical. Okay. The knight on g4 also protects the pawn on f2, which is very convenient. Wait. Oh my gosh, it was.
Oh, okay.
I missed that myself.
Yeah, that was sneaky.
That was very sneaky. Fortunately, not e3, but now he's reestablishing the threat. Rook takes e3 is the threat.
Okay, so there's some activity for Black. Yeah, queen b2, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
The line. Chris is up like a minute on time, though.
Yeah. Yeah, very good time management by Chris. That being said, I do believe Black has improved their position substantially in the recent moves. Rook d6 looks very strong and annoying to me. Like I don't really see an ideal response here. You could play queen e5 loses. You're hitting. Yeah, I think that was
just rook e6. Yeah.
You found the only move. I would want to keep rook some, but I don't really see how. Maybe queen d4. Well, no, queen d4. Oh my gosh, there would be knight e2. That would be the worst move. So don't blunder your queen.
Oh yeah, that would be bad. That sounds like a move I know. Queen d1.
Yeah, I did something like that at quads yesterday. So.
Yeah, it's annoying, this b2 pawn, because now you can't really move your knight.
Yeah, the queen, you can't get rid of it very easily. Yeah, establishing the knight to f4 was definitely the best square to get to.
Maybe you can consider g3.
You can consider it, followed by queen d5, maybe. Okay, maybe now g3. Yeah, Chris is starting to get pretty low on time as well.
Right.
I want to see if I can.
Okay, rook d5 now and knight f5. That looks good. Yeah, knight f5, right. That should be winning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, but that's a nice tactic, and I guess barring anything disastrous, should be winning for White here.
Yeah, just spreading the good news that we're doing commentary and that Chris is playing. Two Discord groups. All right, so yeah, this is just yeah, there's no counterplay whatsoever. He's making a queen, and Black can resign, but we can always do that later. And stalemate is theoretically possible.
There it is.
There we go. So first blood has been drawn. Chris won a just putting pressure for the majority of the game. It was very difficult to defend, but I thought Kevin did a good job to stick in there and actually get quite a bit of counterplay. This line, okay.
I'm not too familiar with the Scotch game. I guess this is a thing.
I really don't know what is going on. I would like to think you could play normal moves and just get a good position, like bishop e7. Let's.
Yeah, that's what I would think too.
I mostly play Sicilians, but occasionally I will whip out other openings like this.
Played the Scotch for a while, but never the Scotch yet. But definitely not this. Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of gambits in general. I know that white can equalize and put some pressure in the short term, but usually the long-term factors favor black slightly. So, or the center liquidates, and the end games are not all that interesting. But
yeah,
in blitz, putting pressure on your opponent is definitely what you want to do, and this could be a way to do it.
Yeah.
That being said, it seems both sides got a reasonable position. The c8 bishop, I guess, needs a square. I assume it's going to like f5 eventually. Bishop f6, I quite like.
I feel like the bishop on d5 is kind of awkward because the queen isn't. Okay, now it's fine, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the bishop on b2 is, so the bishop on f6 I would consider a better piece than the bishop on b2, because the bishop on b2 is hitting their own pawn, and
yeah,
want to be hitting your opponent's weak squares and weak pieces, not your own.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
Yeah,
bishop
so black has to be doing quite well.
Yeah, this definitely looks nice with black.
The material balance is the same, but white has the double pawns, and
I wonder if you could venture. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
All right, so you gain a tempo, I guess. The bishop has to make a decision. You either go to g6, where maybe you can hunt it down further in future.
Yeah, but if you just go bishop g6, then what is a rook really?
Yeah, maybe I can play like rook d1 and c4 and try to trade off that bad bishop, and they wouldn't be doing so badly. Not badly at all.
Yeah, that's fair.
Chris is still playing quite quickly. Kevin's taking some time here. So, are you from like Western Pennsylvania? Not too.
No, I'm totally fine. I'm actually from New York, but I came to Pennsylvania for school, for college. But yeah, now I'm back in New York. So most of the chessing I did was growing up in New York. But
very cool.
Yeah, I did play a bit in Pennsylvania, mostly like Pittsburgh Chess Club.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I'm Eastern PA, so yeah, I'm not so familiar with the Western PA community. I haven't played out there in quite a long time, but yeah, it's cool that you played there. New York is definitely a hotbed of chess, depending if you ever played at the Marshall or anywhere like that. Yeah, chess clubs elsewhere too. Although I'm
actually the area I live in, New York, is like the north of the city, and the closest like popular club to me was like the Chess Club of Fairfield County. I don't know if
the Connecticut.
Yeah, in Connecticut. So I'd actually go to Connecticut all the time.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, they have some talented players too. Like I think Zachary Tannenbaum, maybe he
yeah,
and also maybe Alex Fickiet, or is that or maybe it's somewhere else. Okay,
don't recognize that name. Yeah, but yeah, there are a lot of faces that would come. Like there was like Nico Cheka. He would come. Like he was younger. Because he kind of grew up in the same area as me, and in that area of New York, like it's more convenient to drive to Connecticut than the traffic of New York City. But
yeah,
and they're Hans. He's Connecticut, so
wow.
So there's all those faces.
I think like, yeah, there's, I think Jasmine too, possibly.
Oh yeah, Jasmine Sue.
Yeah.
Or,
I
yeah,
think
that's. I think that's a familiar name. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, very, very strong. Yeah, and they run some big events too that I've never been to, but I would like to visit sometime. So hopefully someday. Anyway, back to the position. I guess Chris is up a pawn. He collected the pawn on c3 earlier. But white has two bishops and maybe well, I was gonna say maybe g4, g5, but knight's coming in to take off the bishop, possibly.
Yeah. I think this is. Yeah, I don't really know how to save the bishop well.
Yeah, and Chris has a lot of time remaining. Not that that matters too much here. The position is quite comfortable.
Yeah.
So yeah, what to do with white? The bishop on a3. So if you're not sure what to do in blitz, often my advice would be improve your worst place piece. Oh, rook e6 makes a little trick. Oh, well, there was like rook e8 and bishop f7, but knight takes bishop would solve that threat. But white's able to fix their structure a little bit.
Yeah.
That was a nice play by Kevin.
Okay, rook check. I
Rook
guess
check.
the rook can
Maybe
go
rook f8.
rook f8, yeah.
Yeah, all the pawns are flat, which is the response f7, c7, b7, and a7. So if the rook is able to start munching on pawns, they'll be munching on all the pawns, which is kind of nice for white. So I think white, interesting move. I would have gone rook f8.
Yeah, now this
But maybe there was rook d7 he was worried about. Here I was wondering about rook d2, rook c2, and bishop d4.
Yeah.
He takes on a7, there might be some rook takes f2, bishop d4. Yeah, so here, he's probably preparing the trick. Takes a7 and rook f2. Maybe he's just seeing it now. Or
How winning is that endgame actually?
oh, good question. I'm not sure.
But you could also just keep the rooks, and that might be.
Oh yeah, you could do that too. You can play like bishop d4, and yeah, well, why give up the rook?
Oh yeah, wow, the time advantage is really
It's
big.
huge. Yeah, Chris can play fairly fast.
Now there's bishop e7. Is that
Rook d7, rook a4, and luckily the rook is protected by the pawn, because otherwise rook a2 would be strong. So Chris is taking a little bit of time. I like the way he's used his pawn because one of the most difficult things to do in chess is to convert a winning position. I was thinking c5 at first, but there's rook c4, which is kind of annoying. So maybe you start with rook a2. But then the bishop goes to somewhere else. Okay, so he just plays a waiting move, which is, I don't know how I feel about a6, to be honest. I don't think it.
I guess he just wanted to do something against rook a4. But
yeah, I guess so. Maybe that's a little bit clever. Yeah, and yeah, but rook b6, rook f3, rook f4 is very good move. I think he's defending this very well. Yeah, even though black is up a pawn, the extra pawn is a double pawn, and it will be not so easy to convert. Honestly, I wish I knew my own games better, so I could tell you. But all the pawns being on the same. Oh no, what am I saying? There is a 2 versus 1 on the queen side. So
yeah.
So that's where you want to.
Though it's still a little bit hard to make.
Oh, but now he's making progress. I didn't like.
You can play g5 if you want. Yeah. Okay. So.
So he wanted to get rid of his double pawn, which I don't think was strictly necessary, but yeah, getting in.
Oh, now bishop g5 is winning a pawn.
Oh, you missed it.
No.
No, not c5.
Bishop g5 is winning a game now. No, it's not. It's
Oh,
okay, this is
that was a nice trick.
Okay, wait, f5 was nice. So that was still winning. Yeah.
We saw the one win, but we didn't see the secondary idea.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so this is a very nice start for Chris.
Yeah. I think it would be good to. Okay, so he's maybe just playing some moves just to, yeah.
7, nice.
Get into test out his time trouble
Yeah.
skills, I guess. But yeah, when you're down points, you kind of just want to keep the match going. All right, so Scandinavia.
Opening.
Interesting opening choice. The funny thing is, Chris's one of his first openings was actually the Scandinavian defense, because I guess I was a fan of John Bartholomew. So, and it's a very easy opening to teach, and you get active play. So I think Black has an outstanding position here because they've developed two pieces, and I'm not sure what White's doing exactly, but okay. White's getting some space in. Yeah, White is definitely a little bit better here because they control the center. When they control the center, you can go to either side and do whatever you want with that space. C6 is a very sad move. Hopefully, Kevin is not too tilted. H4 is a very helpful move, I guess, to giving Black the G4 square.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a thought for that. But
yeah, I think someone was getting a little bit too carried away there. Okay.
Wow.
Very ambitious this game.
Yeah.
I think this is Kevin's chance to get himself back into the match here. Queen C7 looks pretty good.
You have to be a little like if
good.
Black castles now, maybe White can sack on H5.
On H5. Oh, very, very, very cheeky. Yeah, I believe that is the idea. Although I'm not even sure if it works.
Oh, because there's bishop F5, yeah.
Does or does not. Yeah, bishop F5 is a good defense. Yeah, because you can cover the diagonal. So yeah, I think any logical move that Black can make will be good. That's not a good sign for White's position. You just want to have the long-term advantages, which Chris to this point had done a good job, but in this game, I think he's going to suffer. That being said, he has 47 on his clock, and he doesn't seem to mind. Queen G. Oh, okay. So taking F7 is a threat. Yeah, right. I don't know about Queen C7 now, even though I recommended it.
Yeah, that's very
good. Knight F3.
I mean, maybe you can go Queen D3. Okay, no.
So yeah, I think White managed to improve their position just a little bit, but I still like Black. Sort of. Bishop F5.
Now, if you want to get crazy, Rook, you could sack the exchange and play Knight C5 or something. That honestly doesn't.
Yeah, that looks very.
That looks quite good, actually. I
think it is quite good.
Yeah. Okay.
He just plays it simply. The idea doesn't go away. Well, he's probably gonna go Knight D7.
Yeah. Again, Bishop E3. The pawn will be protected on H5.
Yeah. I do like what Chris is doing here, though, because you want to make your opponent beat you and not go crazy and give them a point necessarily.
Yeah.
In the case it doesn't work, it did look quite good, though.
I'm just looking at also like Knight F6. Okay, now not Knight F6, but last move Knight F6. So.
Yeah, that's why the sacrifice looked more tempting before, because Knight D7 was coming. No, we don't no longer have Knight C5 or any immediate thing, but Black's king is never going to find safety, and I don't see how Black continues their attack. Okay, so castle.
Okay. Yeah.
That's good. Getting castled is definitely a thing you want to do in chess most of the time. Yeah, maybe followed by king G7, and Black is suddenly fairly solid. Yeah, B5 is quite positionally nice. I think you can open the B file as well and use that. I'm not sure how White's going to make progress, though.
Black could activate, maybe the queen or another piece. And then I feel like the bishops are pretty nice right now. But
the bishops are targeting some good squares. I like the bishop in particular. The one piece that I want, well, you want to improve the rooks too for both sides, but the knight on D7 could find a home. I would like it to be on G4, to be honest, but getting there is going to be a challenge.
Wow, okay.
Maybe he's looking at that too somehow, but that actually that's the bishop, so it's a very double-edged move, and that's interesting decision to go for a
I like this. Now the queen's coming in to e5, maybe.
Oh yeah, actually, Queen
Yeah,
E5 may have just been very strong because you're hitting the knight
yeah,
pawn, because knight D1 is met by Queen takes A1. That might have just won the game.
yeah. But still, this looks amazing for black.
Yeah, of course, this looks fantastic. I prefer winning the game on the spot, and this also looks like it probably just wins. Yeah, knight C5 was not a great transition for white. It looks like Kevin will get his first point, but we shouldn't call it too soon, I guess. Chris is now thinking a little bit too late, maybe, but
Yeah, I played knight c5 too fast, and now I have to use
yeah,
it all the time.
I felt like the knight coming in. It's like, I just want to get rid of this piece, and then, oh, knight d5, I like it. That's a good practical try. Because if he takes twice, bishop c4, and you have compensation, but queen e5 looks quite strong. Or queen c5.
For that, yeah.
You're not going to save this. Yeah, queen takes e3 is good. A lot of things are good.
Sure.
Yeah, and you're going to take on c1 now. I think it's just game over.
I guess you can play like rook c7, yeah. Keep fighting a little bit.
Queen takes d3. Are you really fighting? There's bishop.
Oh, right. The
Oh,
bishop.
but you can take on e7. You can take on e7. Or rook e1. Sure. Yeah, you're fighting a little bit here. It would be pretty amazing to see Chris save this game, but he's down too much and his king is too loose. So I don't believe so. And I don't think white can really make any real threat. Maybe on the g6 pawn, and on e7. But that's, yeah, it takes so many moves, and
Yeah.
I can go up that. Kevin's down to under a minute, and he is up 7 points of material apparently. That is a lot.
It looks really lost, but I'm sure I've, messed up worse games on online before.
Sure, absolutely. For
Yeah.
myself too. The big issue is the time. That's the nice thing of when you play fast, you can sometimes repair positions, or at least make your opponents use a lot of nervous energy as well. For a long match, that could be meaningful.
Yeah, just take the pawn, trade the queens now if you want.
The thing with white is you have less material that you can plunder, so your moves are easy. You just keep taking stuff and see if your opponent can refute your play. Yeah, finding a breakthrough here is kind of unlikely. So white's using his final advantage or trump with the A pawn. Yeah, probably this is going to be pretty simple for black now. Rook A4 was a good move. And now the two extra bishops should decide. Taking G7, covering G6.
Possible.
And now bishop to F4, and you start playing for a mate. Very tricky. Yeah, F4 also wins. And now would be
that's nice. Yeah, the rooks.
Now would be a decent time to resign, I think, but we'll see. He does.
There
Wow,
it is.
correctly. Good fight there, and Kevin's on the scoreboard. Very good conversion by him.
Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna play like different openings every game. Or I wonder if he's gonna change up his openings every game, or just stick to. Well, it looks like another Scotch though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, he played some funny early knight c3. You think did he play it like this last time? I don't remember.
No,
This is different. Yeah.
This is just like the main stuff, I think.
Scotch Gambit. I know that. Yeah, this used to be played a lot. This used to feature in a lot of games, and it kind of fell out of popularity. Some ideas were found. Is c5 too soon? I think it is. I don't think this is the way to play with black. But I could be wrong. Chris plays his moves very confidently sometimes, so I'm never so sure. Even I'm not sure if he knows position either. That being said, space is good, so we don't mind to judge. But the knight comes into d4 here. I kind of like white.
And then c5, maybe.
And then c5? I guess maybe, yeah. Yeah, you can go b3 here with white. Like black pushed a lot of pawns, but white can undermine them now. You're not going to be able to hold the pawn structure. And here, if we don't go c3 here, we're going to end up opening up. I don't like that trade either that much.
Now white. I do like white's push.
Yeah. I thought, well, if you went c3, you might lose the pawn eventually, but gaining that pawn would take some time. And maybe it's not so simple because it would have been ideas at c5 and d4 or something. But position has moved on, knight d2. I would like to see Chris castle this game. Probably be pretty. Oh, knight c3.
Yeah.
I'd like that move. Queen e1 and maybe bishop. Well, you don't want to go bishop b4 and hang stuff. I guess there isn't any discovery with the knight that's that threatening for the moment. Queen h5, very ambitious, threatening e6. And f5, e6 in these positions are very, very dangerous moves. And black is kind of lacking. Oh, there's ideas of takes on d4 and knight e2. So g6 here. What do you do on g6?
Probably you just have to go back to f3.
Yeah, you go back to f3.
Yeah.
Then you can maybe add pressure with queen b6. Why not?
Oh yeah, that looks scary.
So if you go to f3, you don't have knight to f3 anymore.
Yeah.
I think the knight is suddenly not easy. So Chris finds g6. And queen b6. He's so good.
And if queen f2, you can take twice, I think.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know what to do here. Queen f2, but you can still take twice and knight e2.
Yeah, I just take it.
Is black just winning here?
Yeah.
I don't see a move. Do you, Ethan?
No.
You don't? Okay.
Yeah. It looks bad.
It's very unfortunate. Where did it all go wrong, I wonder? Maybe queen h5 was okay. E6 is an active move.
That's right. Yeah. Bishop e6. Yeah, that looks fine.
It's okay.
Well, now at least you could take the bishop on e6.
You can take the bishop on e6, and there'll be counterplay at the end with rook e1. Like after, like you take on e6, takes on e3, he moves out of the way, take back on e6, rook e1, and you'll be hitting the bishop on e3. Oh, but you might be able to take on d2 as well.
Yeah, you're also losing the knight, so it's difficult.
Chris sometimes plays very fast, and I wonder if he sees everything, but the tactics are all working out for him right now, so.
Yeah, this knight is so awkward on d2. Can't really go anywhere good. Queen g4, yeah.
Queen g4 is an interesting practical try for sure. I do wonder if you can just take the knight. It is just a check, and I think you might find safety on dark squares. Or not. Maybe you don't.
Be careful about your rooks, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably would just castle. It's just safe. Because I actually don't see how you avoid the checks in a convenient way. Like you'd have to run to the queen side maybe, and then that gets awkward. Actually, I don't even really see where you're finding safety. Take on d2. I think it's actually just a draw.
C5.
What are we talking about? e6 is covered. Sorry. Oh, now
now it's covered. Yeah, now it's covered.
4-11. I'm like, oh, it's just
okay. Rook e1. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, but now knight c4
and castling is illegal too. So last two moves was very poor.
Yeah, now I'm concerned because after taking on e3, then you're attacking the knight and the
e5 is something where you're having to cover e6. You go like queen a6, then rook a1. If you go queen c6, there's knight e5, but you can go back to d6 and e7, I guess. So queen c6 by process elimination seems simplest, but yeah, actually queen c6, knight takes e3, as you said. Ooh, he's already winning back material. I think white's going to actually to win this game.
Well, actually, queen a6, then you can't take twice on e3 at least because queen's eyeing the rook.
Yeah, queen a6 might. Yeah, that's the
Um,
only move.
but then there are some rook a1 ideas too, which might be good. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
I think
queen
you
c6.
blundered. Yeah, I think you're right. That queen a6 was the move. Knight takes c3. Maybe his intent is just a castle.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
And then yeah, I think black is up a pawn. Oh, let me count. 3, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, being up a pawn, it would kind of be a pity, considering the position he had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And
white must have
then
very good compensation with the kingside weaknesses, and white's rooks are looking very reasonable too.
yeah,
So yeah, I expected it would be a very close match.
could try 94, but I think white can just. Oh, 94, you can't double the rooks because of knight f2. So
Oh, that's very
it might not
sneaky.
be so
Yeah,
easy.
94 is a try as well, but you can win back the piece surely with queen f3 or something.
Yeah, yeah, that looks good. Queen f3. Yeah.
I mean, queen f3.
Maybe he's just hoping for rook e1.
Yeah, he's fishing for tricks here for sure. I'm sure he would never do that.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure he would. But I shouldn't assume, I guess. Oh,
Oh,
rook
rook
b4.
b4.
He's so clever.
I didn't think this knight would still be here, but
He knows like I like castling, so maybe he's just being in his rebellious phase in his life, and he's like,
yeah, so now you don't really want to play like c3
yeah,
because
you don't
black
want to because
takes
then
b3.
you end up going down a pawn.
Yeah.
Rook e1 is fantastic move. Yeah, white's been doing all the right things. Okay.
Okay, so now, yeah.
King f7, sure. King f7 at least does guard the e6 pawn. This endgame is black is still up a pawn in the end. So black, unfortunately.
No, I think what it's even now.
Oh, it is? Oh,
Yeah,
you're right. Correct. Sorry.
because black took back on e3.
That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is even now.
Oh, h3, I don't like that. Why not king g1? So, because now the king
Make
is.
the left, but yeah, you want your king to be closer to the center. I concur with that. So it's like you want to be able to king g1, king f1, rook e2 as an option.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
But now you can still do it. Yeah.
Yeah, so rook d5 is reasonable because if you went started with rook d2, there's rook c4, and you'd have to go back and you'd lose a tempo. Maybe rook a4 is actually, that looks pretty strong. Rook d7, okay. And maybe instead black should go not so sure. King f6, g4, I thought. Oh, c4. Oh, very nice. That was a nice liquidation.
But you can play b4.
Oh,
even.
b4. Yeah, you're not liquidating. b4, c3.
Yeah.
You did b4, c3, and then rook c4. Possibly.
It's hard to say.
I think that's a good thing to try. I could be wrong. But that's what I would go for. C3, yeah, and rook c4.
Yeah, c3.
It's better to be active than passive whenever possible. He's playing, oh, they're both low on time. Chris is low.
Yeah, so rook c7 now, and maybe white can just pick up the c pawn.
Yeah, this is not working out for black.
Or g4 even, you can try to go for some mate. Okay, no. Yeah, rook c7, I like that.
Yeah, so white should collect here. It's not going to be the simplest conversion because the rook is not optimally placed for the moment. I don't know about e5. Oh, you're looking for
rook c6.
Yeah. And now you're winning a second pawn. Oh, you have rook e4, rook e5, fortunately. Yeah, I don't think e5 was that great. Oh, g4, very interesting. Maybe this cleans up very nicely because we take on g4, rook e6, and rook e5, and it looks like game. Good job.
Okay, wow. That was nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Or wait a second.
Wow. Wow. That's very unlucky. I would feel pretty disgusted right now if I was white. I'd be so mad.
Oh, why would you keep the? You should keep the C pawn.
Yeah, you
right?
should keep the C pawn. This is just a draw. I think that was some tilt there. It was a little bit low. Yeah, you definitely keep the C pawn because this is just a very simple draw now.
Yeah.
Where did
So
I mean, yeah, of course you should have. Not sure where that went wrong exactly.
to be honest, I never got a position
That being
exactly like
said,
this, but yeah, you keep the rook here, right?
yeah, and now you
Okay,
go
now you go
behind.
back. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, check forever until he gives up the pawn or you repeat the position. Well, that was a very fortunate save for Chris.
Yeah.
Well, both sides at some point were doing well, but we have still within 1 point. Anything can happen, and the 5-minute section should be ending pretty soon.
Yeah. I just checked the stream. It looks like there's 4 minutes left about,
4 minutes left. Okay.
probably going to be the last game. Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
okay, so another new. Wait, did Chris play? Was he playing E4 before? But now he played D4, right?
Yeah, he can play a lot of different openings.
Okay.
He used to play Catalan, and yeah, Neo Grunfeld. So I'm not sure how experienced Chris is in these positions, to be honest. But yeah, he's been a long time Catalan player. That's where. But he also plays E4 too. He plays both. He's fairly flexible in his openings. Yeah, he plays Karo Khan, I think, as a backup opening these days. And he plays E4, E5 positions, at least in our last game that we had over the board. He did.
Right. Yeah, so did he win a pawn or
Black has very reasonable compensation. After bishop takes d4, there's knight takes e7, or
I think that looks quite good for does it actually? Because you can just move the oh no, that is good, right? Yeah, 97.
yeah, that looks very good. And you're hitting the bishop and the pawn on b7 too. And because there's double pawns, there's not going to be a counterattack on b2. So white's doing very well here. The Catalan bishop strikes again. And
Yeah.
even though
this is really
Catalan,
yeah.
I think the setups with c65 are by far Black's best in general from a practical perspective against Catalan positions. For the record, although Black is on main lines, I've always found the Catalan very annoying. I think
to play against as
to
well.
play against, yes.
Okay, yeah, it's fair. Yeah, I don't really have. I play the King's Indian as Black, so
me too.
I don't really have a concept.
Me too.
Okay.
When I have not played King's Indian and I play like Queen's Gambit Decline, the Catalan has been a frequent guess and a very unpleasant one for me.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it's very popular locally, at least. I don't know where you are, but like so many people play it. Like all the young talents locally play the Catalan. Every one of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's kind of crazy.
Maybe there's like one coach that's like telling everybody to play the Catalan or something.
I'm not sure. I mean, I taught the Catalan a little bit too, but I don't know. I mean, it's just a good opening because even when you screw it up, like your bishop on g2 becomes amazing. Anytime they break c5 or e5, the bishop just gets better and better and better the whole game, no matter what you do, basically. And at least at lower levels, people just don't know how to deal with it very well.
I see. Makes sense. Yeah, this knight is really pleasant on d4.
It is. By the way, I'm writing a book on the King's Indian.
Oh, wow.
On the knight a6 lines will be the main feature, just for the record.
Nice.
The plug. It'll be some time before it's done. Hopefully not too much time, but it'll be some time. I know a few books came out on the topic recently. Unfortunately for me, maybe, but fortunately for the chess world.
Yeah.
I think Bloberger recently with the book. Okay, so here in the position, white is happy to liquidate to win another pawn. Barring any blunders, and he does blunder a bit more often than he should for his level, but in my opinion, Chris, from my experience, even with a lot of time on his clock, please don't blunder rook c1 and bishop.
Oh my god, rook c1, I would totally blunder that. I'll play b4 right now.
No, like back in the day, Chris would like very quickly put b4. That thing is a little bit me. Like he would play moves like that, but his sense of danger it seems to be on point for the moment. And it's one of the reasons why maybe he's playing fast, so in key moments like this, he can work it out. Okay, rook b5. Interesting choice. Not necessarily a bad one. It also covers bishop d5. So I just want to put my, if I was white that square, I would want to stick onto my, oh, maybe he just wants to get, I don't know what he wants. Oh, you can go rook a8 at least and rook b8 and hold on to the pawn again. Or you can do that too. You can attack the bishop. Like there's bishop f1 now. I think he blundered.
Oh, bishop f1, yeah. That's good.
Now it's 4 versus 3.
Yeah.
And this should be probably should be a draw, I'm quite sure. But
blitz, it's just it's anything.
But it can be anything here. I mean white has a very easy plan.
Yeah.
Rook b7, rook c7 was very nice. Maybe that should have been prevented. But I guess if the knight comes to e5, there's rook f6 check, and you actually can't cover f2 with the bishop being on, the escape squares are being held. So the bishop on f1 is quite good. The knight on d4 here is quite good too. I wonder if you just go f4. You have to be careful if you ever go knight f3, there's bishop to g2. And if we get off the bishop for the knight, the endgame should be a draw. So rerouting the bishop. So maybe well, I don't know, the king eventually will need to leave e4. Like you want to maybe go king, I don't know, you can't bring the king in. It's going to be difficult.
Or and you give up the g pawn.
Yeah, eventually maybe that's what you do. You give up the g pawn and try to get like the f pawn in return or something. I like bishop h3 with the idea of, yeah, that's an idea. e4.
Yeah, that would. Though I don't know what exactly. So the king is going to go to e3? Maybe?
I don't know. Does Chris know what he wants? I don't know. You don't necessarily want to be trading off pawns here.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Oh, black wants to be trading off pawns. So Kevin should in general be trying to say, oh, okay, but if I don't know about bishop g4 check, because he's getting in f3 and e4. The king, yeah, it wants to go to e3. And the bishop's kind of getting low on squares. e5 going for tricks, I see, but it's a good trick.
It's so hard.
Here. This has suddenly become very unpleasant. Kevin, at least in this game, has some time to try to work things out. f3 is bishop h3.
You could even go bishop e6. Not sure how.
Yeah, bishop e6, and then you don't. So he just goes f4 immediately for that reason, I guess. Maybe hinting at going f5 in some future. But I don't think f5 is. It's not a. I don't think there's a threat here. Yeah, you can just play anything. King f8.
5 is interesting. Maybe it's possible to. I mean, now it's even. Yeah, maybe it'd be good. It's hard to say.
What's that?
I'm wondering if f5 would be good if it were white's move right now. But
is f5? Well, is it good right now? I'm not sure. I would try it. I don't see anything else to try.
Yeah.
I don't think black can stop it. Maybe that's what you think about. If you go f5 now, I guess it would be a question. Oh, but then there's rook b4 check. So that's
But you can bring the knight back, though it's not.
oh
Yeah,
yes.
it's not ideal. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know really how much you've gained. At least you have an entry point to like f6, but you're pinned down, which is not a good feeling. So yeah, Chris is taking some time here. If you take on e6, it will be a draw. Or you can take on e6, go f5. Maybe that's a little bit interesting, but probably not. You just go rook g6, so it's not interesting at all. Um, so oh, going for this endgame. That's a good. I like that move actually. Well, do I? I think I do actually, because yeah, this endgame is not that easy.
Yeah, that looks very, because if you trade the rooks, and the white king is sort of
Yeah, you have to trade it.
free.
Yeah, there's just so many tricks you can do with the knight here. And you can play for f5 if needed. Not that I would necessarily do so immediately. So he improves to king
Oh,
first.
yeah, this looks
This
very
is
good.
really nice. King to e7. Okay, so he stops that. Now e6. Oh, he's playing on his time too, but this is a very strong move, I think, as well. You think you take and then you run the king. Oh, but where? King g8. Oh no, he blundered. King g8 was necessary. That was kind
Yeah,
of a finish. Very hard fought game there.
yeah, for sure. That was very
I
close.
think
After I was
they were
done.
all very, very hard fought. Chris got a lot
Yeah,
of pressure this match, but yeah, so far so good. We have more games coming.
I think Chris has been getting really good positions at the opening,
Mhm.
like in 3 of the game, or maybe in
Yeah,
all of the
so
games. I
that's
don't
definitely
remember.
contributed greatly. For the record, I really do like the waiting screen. You obviously put a lot of work into it, and it's very nice. It's cool to learn a little bit about the players too. Not at all sucking up to the moderator. But yeah, thanks for doing this. I think it's pretty cool. Some of these players are quite talented. By the way, Bishop F4 in the live position runs into Rook takes E2 is a fun trap to know. In this position, live in the live board.
Oh, okay.
That's why it goes knight C3. These guys seem to know quite a bit of theory, which is scary because I don't. Play these lines a little bit, just the general principles. But yeah, H5, H4. This became actually fairly popular. I think one of the first games in it was in the games from the U.S. Women's Championship, I remember, or maybe even the U.S. Championship as well. This H5 idea. It's a pretty modern line. The Tartakower variation. I actually played somebody who met Tartakower in Paris in the early 1950s, shortly before he passed away, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's amazing.
A 94-year-old gentleman who passed away at the age of 99, Art Meese, I think in 2014. But he had a lot of stories about playing the big bands, and he played in the big bands in the 1930s in Europe. So he was a legendary master from Reading, Pennsylvania. Yeah, pretty amazing the people you can meet in the chess world of all different ages. But okay, back to the position. I guess
is G5 like a thing? Like in this, it just looks so it looks so odd.
It looks so ambitious. The issue I see with it is how are you if you get in if you get in G4 and H3, how are you actually bringing your other pieces in?
Yeah. That's true.
And there might just be something like King H1 or G1, like assuming it's G4 takes, move the rook, you go H3, take that too. Okay, so he just makes a general improving move. Yeah, I think you just leave the pawn structure as is. I do think G5 is an idea. You want to get the knight to E6 somehow. I don't know about that trade for white. I don't like it, actually. I don't like Bishop F5.
And now Black's position is looking...
He's looking very good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was a good trade. Yeah, I thought, yeah. At least here you stabilize the position.
Now there are some tricks, maybe. Okay, so G4.
Based on how the match is going, I think Chris will do well in the blitz, but in the bullet, I think Kevin will shine there. He was showing some pretty fast moves in time trouble. Although it's 1+1 and you never know.
Yeah, 1+1 is so different.
It's so different from 1-0.
Yeah.
The ability to flag changes everything. Like I know some like little kids with like, I don't know, 3,000 bullet ratings, and their chess strength is kind of all over the place still. D5, very confidently played, and with good reason, because there isn't any light square discovery here. And then you'll take on G4 and maybe go Rook D4.
I mean, a crazy idea maybe Kevin's thinking is like, maybe you can just take on H3. Yeah.
I think that's too much. Oh, he wants to just take the pawn. Oh, you just take on G4, you go H3 maybe, you go G5, it can get spicy. I think they're just gonna go for it.
Yeah, H3.
I wonder if there's some like G5 and there's some Rook takes D5 tricks. I don't think it leads, maybe it does lead to something. Okay. Oh, Queen C7. I wouldn't have considered that. I like keeping pieces on. Chris actually kind of likes endgames.
Yeah, the bishop is cool.
Yeah, there's some. Yeah, you're just gonna take on. Okay, he just wanted that pawn, I guess. Yeah, white's better. But how much better?
Oh, Rook C7. Yeah, Rook C7.
Oh, Rook C7? Well, if you go Rook B7, he's going to get his... Oh, no, he's not. Do you go Rook B7 here? Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
That being said, you have Rook C8, but you're not actually... There isn't any way to the back rank. That's not fair. Well, I guess, yeah, it's not going. I don't think it's going to be that easy to convert, though. Could be wrong.
Yeah, maybe black should just
He's
double the rooks and
Oh,
okay,
we just
rook
goes for this immediately.
h3.
Wait, maybe this is. That was a interesting move. Yeah, rook b6 was nice. Chris is good at trading pieces, so.
Wait, did he not have rook h3 there, or okay?
Oh, maybe
well,
he did as an intermediate move.
yeah.
Already passed on. Maybe I don't remember where the bishop was before. Maybe the bishop was hanging or something. I don't know. Anyway, now white's in control with, or it's actually fine after rook e6.
Okay.
So you're only up a pawn. I thought white had more. I'm pretty sure they did. But now I feel like it's just going to be a draw. Well, it would be, but the time is very low too.
Yeah.
The rook d6, rook e6. The bishop's good on c4.
I wonder what are the best ways to play these like time pressured
Yeah,
advantage.
you need to attack the bishop, I think.
Yeah,
You
just
want to
attack the bishop.
force the bishop to a diagonal, and they have to make a choice where.
Okay, yeah, now rook c6.
Now there's the bishop's on e6 where you don't want it to be, and there, yeah, rook came to c6. So very nice use of time by
Oh,
Chris.
bishop e3. Wait, no, not yet. Bishop c.
You can just win a pawn. Oh, maybe that just wins a piece.
Bishop
Or maybe
d5. Now you win the pawn. Oh no, you don't win. You do win. Well,
no, you're not winning the pawn here. Yeah, so you probably should have just traded off.
oh wow, this is a nice trick by Kevin.
Yeah, you're threatening a draw. You go f3 here. He's taking a long. Oh, you wanted to go f4. Oh, maybe didn't expect f4. Oh, but this is just a draw.
Yeah, this is surely
Nice defense by Kevin. That was a big hold.
wait. Oh, okay.
So simple.
Yeah. Okay. Now, surely.
Yeah, you could have maybe even taken on b2, but
yeah.
Yeah, it's just a draw. I think they're trolling a little bit. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have moved so fast.
Yeah, that's
G8
scary. They make it quick.
They were playing those moves very quickly. Maybe it was all under control with the mouse, but that's some impressive skill in that case.
That's not familiar with any of these D4 lines, unfortunately. But
oh yeah,
it's familiar. I think I've seen this. Yeah.
Jobava Londons have been very popular too. London and the Catalan seem to just go up a lot.
I think Hans. Wait, Bishop C3. Bishop C3.
Oh,
Bishop C3.
Maybe.
Bishop C3 now too. There was a Blitz game that I think Hans lost a game like this in World Blitz.
Yeah, it's very similar. Yes.
Yeah.
The tactic may have existed, and I didn't see why it didn't work. I think it did work.
I think for like 2 moves. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think Black missed. Well, Bishop D3 now. Calvin, what are you doing?
Okay. Oh no. Maybe he started playing too fast because.
Oh yeah, both of them are playing very fast. I do feel like Chris has very nice openings in general. I know he did put some study in at some point in that region.
Nice. Yeah.
He definitely could be NM if he wanted to. I think, did he start somewhat late? He maybe did. And he does have some very nice results. Okay. Yeah, this was a really ambitious idea here, going e4, knight e5. I quite like it. I like ambition. Attacking and defending. Maybe just drop back bishop e2, and then you ask, okay, what's that pawn doing?
Yeah, but bishop a2 and then h6.
Or bishop e2 or bishop d3. Yeah. Oh yeah, h6.
Oh, yeah. Now h6, but
he's playing so fast. Queen b5. Yeah. Obviously a good improving move.
h6 again. Knight f3 is so strong.
Wait, h6 just wins, right?
Yeah, I think so. But well, this I'm sure it's winning too. But
it's very good, yes. But if you give your opponents chances, they might fight back. Yeah, queen f2.
Oh, queen
can be 2
because the
take
the knight.
The rook's
Oh, no, you
hanging.
can't take the knight. Just kidding. Yeah.
Let's see, yeah. A little bit of tunnel vision, I think, by both players.
Yeah. Now white gets something.
Yeah, it is 3+1, but they do have time. They do have time to think a little bit. As long as you can,
The bishop can go back to b3 now.
yeah.
Even.
I do get the sense that Kevin's trying to pick up the pace a little bit. Maybe because he's been done on time a little bit a lot of this match.
Yeah, possibly.
I don't know what their ratings are, like USCF or something like that. Chris, I think, is maybe like 2120. I'm just guessing. Maybe he's like as high as 2150, I think is his peak.
That might be like 1900.
Yeah, I believe Kevin, I think he was board 4 for the CMU B team at US
Okay.
Ultra Team East. So I think he's one of those people that's very, either underrated over the board or just
Oh, yeah,
a much more
for sure. If
dominant-
he's in the 1900s, he's definitely very underrated. That's pretty common for college age players, where if they just played more, they would gain rating.
Yeah, also
Yeah.
the number 4 seed of this tournament of the PA Collegiate Speech Test Championship, Dave, who's also
Mhm.
a CMU student, he's like he was like 1400 over the board and like 2600 online too.
Oh my gosh,
Pretty
that's
crazy.
pretty amazing these days.
Crazy. Yeah.
That is an amazing
Man.
difference. It's one of the biggest I've seen, actually. Yeah, these days with so many online resources and training tools, you can definitely improve a lot more easily than you could in the past. That's for sure. You have like Chessable and other training. Even chess.com, they have some good lessons that I've done myself. And yeah, being able to play for free on Lead Chess has definitely been a massive good for the community. All right, so the position, there's 2 bishops for white. He's down on time as usual. But I think the position is, what is going on, actually? Actually, Chris is up material.
Yeah, Chris is up in exchange still.
In exchange, yeah. I like the activity of white's pieces, but
I mean, white's almost getting mated, but
that's what I felt like with apparently the rook needs a square to go to. So if you play rook c8, what do you do with?
well, you can also just give a check on the
Oh,
first.
you can give a check, take another check, and then you go h5 or something, right?
Take f2, yeah.
You could do that too.
h5 now. Well, h5 might be scary for your own king, but
Okay, knight e5 looking for trades. I quite like that move because I was defending the e2 pawn, the h2 pawn, and now I can go. Well, it's not so easy to access actually. This actually could flip. Be like white has easy plan too, pushing the a pawn.
yeah, you have to be careful with the 2 bishops like controlling so many squares.
Yeah, as long as but white might get mated, and I think he probably will given the time. h4. Wait, he can get away with that? Like you can actually take on g3 here. Okay, attacking the bishop is nice. So you play, oh, I don't know about that one. You can go rook c1 now, I think, too.
Bishop f8.
Oh, no, there's f8. And bishop f8 saving him.
What now? I mean, there's still no check somehow.
Yeah, you can attack g3 now.
Yeah, you can just, yeah. F8. Okay, but there's nothing. Yeah, that's looking good for black.
Yeah, it's just a check. And he ran out of time, too. Yeah, this position was looking pretty bad.
Yeah,
it's
the opening.
g3 and rook h2.
Wait, they had a draw? Or wasn't it 1.5 to 3.5? Okay, I don't remember. Oh wait, yeah, they did have a draw.
Yeah, they did have a draw. I
Yeah.
think one of those marathon games were a draw at some point. They've had 2 draws.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so we have a Catalan here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if Kevin doesn't find a way to deal with this opening, I think it's going to be a very difficult match. But this is a very solid setup. One of my friends, I'm not going to say who, to give information. Really likes to set up for black. Rook e1 is weird, and knight b6 is weird. You play like knight bd7, you go h6 and bishop d6, and you just play chess. If you don't know anything, what to do against the Catalan.
What if
Like,
they play e4 though?
You don't want to allow that.
Okay.
How did I allow? Maybe we did allow e4 accidentally. Yeah, you don't want to allow e4. That's kind of like white's goal, is to get that in. So if they're not getting it in, getting the knight into e4 is usually pretty good.
Wow, queen takes pawn. Yeah, I was wondering.
Yeah, I guess this was just a blunder by Chris. Yeah, queen takes pawn works. As I said, he can blunder. He does play fast, and occasionally he will blunder. And this was certainly a blunder.
Yeah.
Because he is pausing.
Yeah.
There's rook e1 was very strange. That's all I'm going to say about that. I wonder if it was even a mouse. No, I don't think so. Very strange move. Usually the rook comes to d1. Now I think you go knight d3 and you proclaim the error of your ways. Yep.
Knight d3.
Great minds think alike.
I guess there's no way to continue really immediately for
Yeah,
black.
you have to find moves. Kind of fun, but you continue playing. So this is a good position for Kevin. I hope he strikes back here. So we have a tight match. I think things could change very quickly in the bullet though too. So even if the score for the moment is
bishop e3. Wait, how do you put your knight on e4 at the end of the day?
Oh my god, yeah, we're losing material in that case. Oops. So where do we go? Are we just losing material? I don't see like a counter threat here or anything like that that is satisfactory. I think, yeah, we're just losing material. That is very unfortunate. Maybe we had to take on c3 earlier then. Ouch.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Kevin's day. You just kind of have to recollect yourself. I think you go for queen c4 anyway, and you're not even getting anything in return, really. The problem is there isn't even a good way to lose the piece.
You get the pawn maybe on b2.
It's covered by
you don't. You don't. It's covered by the knight.
Yeah, okay. I thought at first too, but yeah, it doesn't work. And knights can cover a lot of squares.
Goodness, what is that?
Okay, so if we take, but at the very end, maybe we take on d4, take on b6, and take on e4. Yeah.
Wait, knight c3 now, or what?
Oh, knight c3 now, I guess, is your best chance.
And if bishop c7, there's 92.
Yeah.
Okay, so he actually got out of it.
He did get out of it. Good job. I feel like White has something better, and that
maybe.
But fantastically done by Kevin to come up with a counter threat here. That being said, these games are taking, we haven't had any quick games. All these games have been absolutely marathon grinding games, which I have to admit that is what I expected before the match. Just Chris does not lose fast.
Okay, can black keep the pawn here?
Can he? If he manages to keep the A pawn, he will have fantastic winning chances. I think he is keeping it, or no. Big take on a6 now is coming next. So he's not actually keeping it, and we'll get to an equal ending. And actually, with all the pawns on the same side, it'll probably actually just peter out for once.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could have tried like rook a8 there, but okay, I guess it's not really. It's probably nothing.
So 130 to... Yeah, it's good to see both the players are just playing chess, and they are playing these positions out, which is okay to see. Here, there's not much to blunder here. You could almost agree a draw. But there are like little tricks that you can blunder, right? If you put your king on g7, bishop c4, bishop e6,
Yeah.
things like that are very easy to blunder. Okay, so he's doing the fancy way of bishop d8 is very strange, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, wait a second. The bishop's coming to
Oh,
e8.
bishop's coming. Oh, he got a little bit Oh, that was very clever. Oh, now it's just over. Oh my gosh. So he did actually have an idea, which he probably just got complacent. I was getting complacent too. Well done by Chris for fighting this out here. He goes back to oh no.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he got a little bit too low in the clock, and the pre-moves are coming.
Yeah.
Which is right away a sign that I'm not very happy with how the game is going.
Oh, man.
That was a really tough fight from Kevin. He had such a good position, and yeah, Chris managed to pull it out in the end too.
Yeah.
Why you never give up, I guess. Sometimes you can save. Well, we have the 4-night Scotch here.
We're seeing every Scotch line possible.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember if Chris actually used to play the Scotch too. I don't remember. He was a former student, so we used to play like lots of lines against each other for science, I guess, or something. This might have even been one of them. I remember bishop g4 line. It's very easy to play. I wonder if
you can
95, you might be able to take, right? Because
yeah.
in h7. I think he's supposed to take on c3 maybe earlier. I don't know. Yeah, I think this works for white. Maybe you can take on b2 and you're still fine. Probably you can.
Yeah, maybe.
Checks. Okay, you can start that way too. Yeah, this bishop g4 line is probably the simplest way to deal with it if you don't want to deal with the slightly weird pawn structures. Because f3 is kind of a little bit of a concession, and the bishop can always reroute back to g6.
Yeah.
I do like this line for black. Actually, I even saw Abi Mishra using this line to play for a win with black against a master, and he just barely succeeded. Even though that's not, I mean, he should beat lower-rated players, but it kind of goes to show that the Scotch does have somewhat of a deservedly, the 4-night Scotch, annoying reputation.
Yeah, but now rook e8. Where's the queen?
Rook e8 knight takes. So.
Oh, well, yeah.
Bishop d6 and then rook e8. That would be a very good plan. I quite like. And where's the queen going to go? Yeah, black I like a little bit better here. Again, the Scotch hasn't really been working out incredibly well.
Queen f2. It's not too bad.
Oh,
queen e5.
Knight is not so good. Maybe a little bit of tilt here. That's unfortunate. But yeah, it was actually a difficult position maybe anyway, despite the pawn advantage. It could be that Chris just had a very good game. I think so. Oh, g4. Very clever. I wonder if he actually saw that ahead of time or it was good serendipity. But yeah, very good resource. I missed it myself, actually.
Yeah, that's something, but it still looks...
It's very ugly. I don't disagree. Very weak here. The unfortunate part is that it might, like such moves, sometimes it would just also bishop c5. Bishop c5, maybe now there is rook b5, I wonder. Oh, but you take on f2 and on g1, so bishop c5 works.
Yeah.
I bet he doesn't see it. He's
both just missing it, I think, yeah.
Oh, we found it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found it. It probably just took him a while. I was like, oh, a7 is hanging or something. And he's like, oh, okay. That's actually probably why he saw it. I'm guessing that could be a reason why he saw it. It's like, oh,
yeah,
a7? Oh, bishop c5 defends and wins the game. So
yeah,
funny. You're forced to find the winning move. I hate when that happens. Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Well, fun stuff for... Yeah, the unfortunate part too, when you lose a long game, it's not only that you lost the game, but you burn a lot of clock time doing it and energy.
Right.
That being said, it is still 4 points, probably going to be 5 points, and the bullet's still going to happen. I don't know how many points you can gain in the bullet, but
Wait, what? Bishop d6?
that is weird. I like rooks, so okay. Maybe black is having too much fun. As a master friend like to say. Enjoying his position too much. I mean, you take the exchange and you win the game.
Right.
Okay. I could see that like a7's a bit loose, but you just go rook e7. Eventually you trade off pieces and win. I don't think the pawns were pushing all that quickly. That being said, this is obviously very safe, but white can now go, get pressure.
Yeah, now you have bishop c4.
Yeah. You will be able to push the up. Like you have a 3 versus 1. You'll be able to push f5 and maybe go like get in f4, but eventually you'll be blockaded on the light squares, and winning the game is going to be a little bit of a chore. That being said, white's not really getting a counterplay.
So with 2 rooks, it feels kind of winning because there's so much.
Yeah,
to
and there's certain
yeah.
mating ideas too. Like you can double rooks. Also, that is unfortunate for white. Like now they have to play rook f2. You double, I guess. But you're not mating them if you get 1 rook off. Well,
Okay.
maybe we can't trade all the pieces. That would be
surviving for now.
Yeah. This may actually.
Oh no, bishop check. That's mate. Bishop check with mate. Okay, now white's alive.
Yeah, bishop check was mate because.
Oh, now just trading the
Oh,
rook.
you get the 2 passed pawns. This is winning. This is winning. Good awareness. This is also why it helps to have a little bit more time, because then you know what pieces you can trade, which ones you can't, and what endgames you can go for. It's a weird way to put your king. You like bring it to g5, and then you go out. Now you figured it out. Yeah, now you go f4, and you push on the same color of their bishop. That is the technique.
I always felt it's a bit of luck that, the A pawn is the same color.
Yeah, that's a little
bit
that's a little bit fortunate too. It makes it a little bit easier in general.
But I mean,
2 pawns are going to be a little too. Oh yeah, because you can't sack. Yeah, even now sacking for the 2 pawns is not going to be good enough.
Yeah, at this point the pawns are really far. So, well,
there's a white is yeah. That is actually quite unfortunate.
Now the A pawn, yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, a little bit carefully. You don't want to pre-move. Well, now you can pre-move to the safety. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, maybe it would it have been a draw, or is there a way to win that?
Yeah, you have to think someone will try to block the white king.
Yeah, you would need to somehow shoulder out the king, which is probably not possible. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe look that up later. Do not stalemate. Or something. Yeah, resignation. So it's been a couple tough games for Kevin. I feel the games have been very close. It definitely feels like it's been a closer match than the score in general. It's just Chris has been a little bit faster, and he's been getting.
Oh, King's Indian, amazing.
What's that?
It's a King's Indian.
That is a King's Indian, yes. Early bishop g4. White should be somewhat better here.
Okay.
But that being said, I think this is a good choice, and the bishop on f3 is the most amazing piece, and I don't think it's that easy to play positions with white by hand. That being said, so far both sides have been playing it very practically and very well. I like knight c5 a lot. a5, knight c5, very well done. Hopefully we'll see more King's Indians later in the match. I do find these positions to be very, very, very interesting. I like queen e2 quite a bit too. I wonder if b5 is coming.
Yeah, it'd be nice if black would play b5.
h5? I like h5 too because it stops g4 potentially. I think that's a good move too, or any piece of g4.
Yeah, it's like future proofing.
I think maybe an issue with b5 is, well, you can take with the queen at the very end. I was going to say d6 might be hanging sometimes, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I think you just play it patiently, but what to do now with black? Do you go king h7, bishop h6? Yeah, b6 seems very solid. Just asking your opponent what they're going to do. Positionally, I would be considering king h7, bishop h6, although you don't want to weaken your king that way. I don't know. So maybe not do that then. Maybe just double rooks on the c file.
Oh, wait, is that just a pawn, or is there a trick?
You can take on b6 at the end.
There.
Or that's a very curious. Like I would just take on e4 anyway, maybe, because like if you're able to, you take on e4 and move the knight back, and you go e4, and then suddenly their pawns might get rolling. He doesn't do it. He just goes for f5, which is actually knight h7. I like it in f5. That's a very annoying plan for white to deal with. I suspect we'll be seeing more kings Indians this match, which is good for us who play that position.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's after f5 if white takes it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, e4. Oh, okay.
Yeah, e4 is an idea for sure. Takes on c5. That is a very big concession, but white does stabilize the position, especially after if you play queen takes and bishop e4. I wasn't sure. I thought maybe you just gambit the h5 pawn. I would have liked that one better, because then it would have been a very free-flowing position. My impression of Chris's chess too is like he likes playing positions where he can play by hand. So if you have like a free-flowing pawns, he won't be able to just spam out moves very quickly. Which he's able to do here. He's just playing f3 or a knight back to c4.
Okay, queen f2, maybe. There's
Oh wow, that's a very interesting idea. You definitely get some compensation for the material.
Not really, yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, well, I guess there's knight d6 coming and stuff, but oh no, actually there isn't. Yeah, queen f2 is a very interesting idea.
Or let's is there anything here with rook c4? I feel like there's tactics everywhere. Okay, now b3, and now there's tactics
after b3, now there's b file, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, now maybe just triple up on the queen e7 is questionable. Yeah, you need to have pressure somewhere on the board. Oh, he just wanted the pawn. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, actually, I kind of forgot about that too. Yeah, queen e7 didn't have much position 8. On the b file, the rooks aren't doing anything, so you want to bring the rooks over to that file. It is a lot of games to be playing at the same. Be playing at once, so blunders will creep in at some point. Yeah, Kevin was actually up on time that game. King's Indian, I think, is one of the best openings, if not the best opening, to force your opponent to deal with your threats. Like queen d7, though, maybe this was missed. Rook h1 looks forced to me. Yeah, again, the idea you mentioned with queen f2 is cute. I wonder about it even now. Like maybe now you go for it.
Maybe, but yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay, getting your knight to g4 is
okay.
yeah, you don't want to lose d6 either, which maybe was missed. This is a very difficult position. Knight top 5 and d6, and it's beginning to fall apart.
Maybe there was like one move there where black had a tactic, but
yeah,
yeah,
that's very possible. I don't really recall at this point, but that being said, there's knight f6 is coming. It's not over yet. It is pretty bad though.
Right, yeah, you can just take it.
Yeah, he's making good trade. He's just hung d5 with check,
True. Yeah.
but it's still a material advantage for white. But at least that would have been the. Is there any trick here? I think you could even take on e5.
Yeah, just take it.
Okay. Chris is
Many
finally got
pawns.
it for one time, but position it doesn't.
Oh, queen f3. I missed that. But I guess.
It's just a check.
Okay. Oh, rook h4? Wait.
Oh, rook h4 would have maybe.
Okay, now. Yeah.
Maybe been an idea. Here, I feel like there must be something concrete. Yeah,
Yeah.
mate is pretty good. Tough match for Kevin because he's been getting some chances, but Chris has pulled out in the end. Are we done with the 3-0?
Oh yeah, it looks like it's done from the stream, but oh, too bad. Okay, maybe there's gonna be an amazing comeback.
Yeah, that would be a pretty amazing comeback. I think it's a little bit much to
Yeah.
Alrighty,
to
so
make
the
up.
players are taking their 5-minute break. So we're rounding up, and so games will resume at 1:44.
Is it 15 minutes for the one?
4-1 is Chris
Yes.
Giannaras.
Oh, there's a French. That's a new one.
Yeah, that is a new choice. I am surprised because I don't even think I knew Chris played that. Maybe he doesn't play that. And he's just like, oh,
Yeah.
the Rubinstein French, you trade off lots of pieces, you get a very static pawn structure. It does suit his style very well, which is you fix weaknesses, like a take on d4 maybe. I'm surprised he didn't. They both played very quickly. I do like h4 actually.
Yeah, that's nice.
In this position, you just try to fish for weaknesses. I wasn't so sure about h5, but h4 I quite liked. I thought you might want to play knight h5 and get rid of that knight, because now if you want to get rid of the knight, you have to do knight e4, and if you trade off more pieces, black is suddenly doing well.
Yeah, knight h5 was nice. That would have been good, I think.
And decent, I thought. Okay, you can actually take on e5 here, and he does it so confidently. He does like pawns. He will grab.
And that's
Oh,
actually
no, he's winning material. Oh,
yeah. Oh no.
you have to slow down.
Okay.
That probably, in terms of the match result, probably wraps it up. But they're playing way too fast, so it should be
Yeah, if
fun.
they have some quick games where they both end with like a minute 10, then they could.
I suspect that could happen.
Yeah.
That being said, black has a good position. I think the king's lineage will suit him well. There might have been knight takes e4. I don't know. This position's well. Do you play these with the knight bd7? I used to a long time ago. I gave them up.
Yeah, I don't like playing against this Maroxy structure as much. I'd rather the closed the closed structure.
Yeah, white's position has improved quite a bit right now. It's, yeah, against g3, I did find, of course, that to be one of the most annoying lines, because it's a good line. Yeah, the new Neo-Grunfeld setups are the way to equalize completely. But yeah, I would play knight c6, e5. And also the Fabiano Caruana had this approach with c6, d6, bishop f5, which was easy to play. The knight bd7 lines, they're still very playable. There's some new ideas there. But okay, so in this game, knight's coming to f6. So strategically, yeah, Chris has been getting what he's wanted in the positions.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think black positions are too bad, they've just been easier to play, especially in blitz. Some very good practical management, I thought. Right, so knight f6 and maybe queen h6 next, no matter what. Yeah. We can take on h7 first too, just to make things in queen h6 and queen h8. I guess oh yeah, then you'll win the knight too. Knight on g7's a very sad piece. I would actually probably resign just to get a new game.
Yeah, this is bad. And there's so much time.
Yeah. I got the sense that Kevin is pretty fast based on the pre-moves, but not just the pre-moves, so I don't know for sure. And yeah, the 1 second increment does certainly probably change things. That's a very cute move. I think you're forced to. Okay, so he's now for the endgame. You are a piece up, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of the match result, it probably is pretty much over. But that being said, yeah, maybe you could have taken an A2, but okay. Yeah, this will burn quite a bit of time from the clock. That being said, should he have to? He could have taken on a. Okay, you found this way. This is fine. Or 96.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be it.
So d4. Wow. I wonder if Chris will play. No, he plays Queen's Gambit declined. Pretty much just. He used to play Slav. Queen's Gambit declined. I don't think he ever played King's Indian. I'm trying to remember. I generally do not teach students King's Indian, so they don't suffer my suffering.
Yeah.
Even though I think it's a really good opening to play for a win. At least while you're developing fundamentals. Although I played it as an aspiring player a lot. I think it's good to know what a good position feels like.
Yeah.
Not to diss my own opening that I'm writing a book about, but yeah.
Yeah, Chris has been getting really nice positions out of the
Yeah,
open.
yeah. So this game actually, White's doing pretty okay. Getting in D3 is quite nice though. Now there's some discoveries that are very difficult to deal with.
Yeah, what's
This
is
Knight
there
F2,
Knight
I
F2,
think
right? Yeah.
This has been a rough match for Kevin, not his day.
Maybe Queen
Just not getting
D8.
positions that suit him positionally. Yeah, Chris has very strong openings. That helps. But his technique has also been very good, and he's been very on point. He hasn't been blundering too much. I think there were a few chances that were missed. But yeah, very, very nice match by Chris. A good fight by Kevin, too. A lot of the games went the full distance. So
Yeah, absolutely.
at some point, you want to be the one putting pressure and not just, suffering. Okay, so in this game, take H2 as well. You're just up too much material, and there's going to be mating ideas coming with the 2 rooks.
Yeah. If only White could like get some sort of check, but the bishop protects the king, so
Yeah, the bishop
really
is doing good work. Oh, being fancy. I did not like that trade, but you're up a lot. That was a very poor trade. And actually, some punishment here would be nice to see, but he got
that was
punished
just
instead.
yeah, that was just me.
That was very, yeah, you have to lose a knight. Yeah.
Oh, Sicilian. That's a new one.
Sicilian Dragon. Wow, okay.
B5. Oh, it's the
Chris
dragon dwarf.
open Sicilian, which is interesting too. Yeah, because he used to play Bishop B5 check. And I thought he still played it. He doesn't play open Sicilian very much. Maybe that's changed a bit. It plays it occasionally. A6, B5, B4. Knight C6 maybe was good because there was Knight E7 and Queen D6. They're both playing way too fast, which is fine. I mean, White has a very simple plan here. You go Bishop H6, Queen H2.
Bishop
I wonder if I
H8.
was a really good coach or he's just good at the game. He's just good at the game. I can't
Oh, wait, allow me?
This works? No, you can even take on G7, right? Oh, the queen.
Oh, the queen.
Oh, wait, there's like a discover check though? Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, it doesn't work because the knight takes. He probably missed knight takes. Yeah. If king takes knight B7. But even that I don't think worked because there's the queen. No, actually, maybe it would have. Okay.
If he could have just played Bishop H8 and been okay for a bit more.
Bishop H8? I was wondering if there was Bishop F8.
Oh.
But I don't remember the position.
Maybe. Yeah, that's sneaky.
I don't think that worked. But maybe it did. I don't know. We're on a new game. What was this opening? I don't know. It's some sort of G3 4 knights with G6. So yeah, they're both playing interesting. So we have a fake King's Indian. Maybe H6. Okay, Rook B8, inducing a weakness. Yeah, Chris has been on point finding the little moves like Rook B8. It's a good sign. Maybe he did some warm-up games, I'll ask, or something, because... Oh, he just hung a piece, Kevin.
Too bad. Yeah, it's been a tough match.
It's been a tough match, and now Knight E5 coming soon. You're very short on squares here.
Yeah.
I don't see a queen trap, but I do see... Black having a lot of fun. So he's just looking for simplifications now too, I guess. You're forcing everything. You take on F3. Oh, you're actually winning material. Oh, you take on G5 and you take knight takes F3. You win the exchange. This obviously is good. Oh, this also wins. Yeah. Sometimes when it rains, it pours, and it's certainly been happening here. So I think rook e4 would have been possible, but yeah, you're just up too much here. Just have the bishop here for the moment. But yeah, he's been finding good trades. Bishop d7 was cute. Yeah, you're down to full rook now, though, so, well, a piece is still a lot. So. Yeah, you actually don't have any access to any of the pawns, too, with white, which is unfortunate. Usually winning up an extra knight, sometimes not so easy. No, knight e4 would have won, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Chris has been winning, like, all the positions he's been winning in, I feel like.
Like, he's just been winning, like, all the positions. Like, I think Kevin only actually has one win. Which is kind of remarkable result by Chris. It doesn't really feel like it's been all, like the games have been long. Like
it doesn't feel like that, yeah.
Really, really long. But yeah, positionally, Chris has really shown some outstanding shots. Should play like this more often, Chris. You would be a master already. Like I think he has been playing at a very high level.
He's stalling? Oh, okay. No. Wait, what?
I think he was just looking for like mate or something. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, there it is. Rook e1, queen e2.
Okay. So it should probably be wrapping up very shortly. 13-2. I hope Kevin isn't suffering too much. It is tough when things aren't going your way.
I think this is the opening he won with, right? In the Scandinavian.
Yeah, may have been. H5 is a little bit loose, but okay, maybe you didn't want to deal with G4 and Knight7. Okay. It's just getting a position here. You want to play in a way where you don't have weaknesses. And I think, yeah, for Chris, I think it's a very good practical choice, honestly, if you're playing against a player who likes having everything to be completely solid, because in this position, yeah, white is the one with a weakness on d4 potentially, and as we see here, white isn't quite sure what to do to alleviate the pressure.
Yeah.
Queen a6, knight c5 though. You're getting into some trouble with that queen. Queen, maybe you're okay. Knight e4 is coming next. Very good. Or at least I would say so. Maybe there is some tactics on the bishop. Oh, takes on c6 maybe wasn't so great, but this looks okay for. You have takes on e7 though. He had takes on e7. He
still has it.
Pawn. Okay, black's okay now though.
Yeah, you can take b2.
Yeah, maybe black's gonna win this game actually after takes on a2.
Thanks, I like that.
King 6 feels very nice as well. Very good. So yeah, I think this could be Kevin's game, but we'll see his technique here.
Yeah, everything's protected, and the white pawns are so yeah.
But you have c5, c6 coming, so be a little bit careful.
Oh, okay, sure.
I want to play 2 quickly.
Yeah.
Very good. This is good enough, but yeah, the a pawn's not going to be that easy to convert. Oh no! Oh my god!
Yeah. That was actually kind of difficult there.
Yeah, it was a little bit. Yeah, that's kind of a pity. He is winning a pawn though.
What? He could have saved it with like rook a6 or something, but
yeah, you could have saved with rook a6. You're right, because of the side check, and then he would have won the rook.
Yeah.
This should still be a draw, and I think it's actually going to be drawn quite easily, or not. Oh, I don't like that trade. I mean, it's still a draw. This is definitely a draw, but maybe it's actually, it's a good trade. He actually wouldn't have pawn by force. He didn't take it.
He didn't take the pawn.
That's just mean. I don't know. I'm not going to even speculate. I didn't see it.
I mean, now maybe there's something. King can go to h4.
There's probably no progress, actually. Because if you ever, how are you going to get the...
oh, that's mate. Oh, no.
Oh, my God. That's brutal.
Yeah, that's really tough.
Actually, self-mate. That's unfortunate. Was that the final game?
Yeah, it looks like it might be.
My condolences to Kevin. That was actually a really hard-fought match. A lot of the games went a long distance. Yeah, Chris had a really good day, obviously.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got good positions. And yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's good to see my student do well, or former student. Sorry, former student. But yeah, I would have liked to see Kevin get a few more points, of course. Yeah, he definitely had a tough one. But hope you all enjoyed, whoever tuned in.
Yes, hopefully. Chris
Maybe
living up to his name. Checkmate. 3141.
Is Nathan?
We're going to transition to the waiting screen as the players hop on the Google Meet. So we'll do that in the next few minutes.
Sure.
All right, we are back live here, and on the left for the viewers of me who's talking is Chris, the winner of this round's match. The round for this match, the match of this round.
Well done.
and yeah, I think I'm just gonna let the two commentators, Matt and Ethan, take it from here. How do you guys feel?
Okay. I've met Chris before somehow, a few times. He's a very good player, and he had a very nice match. So
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So did you do any preparation for this match, or was it stream of consciousness, brilliancies?
I'll give it a 90% stream of consciousness. I don't know about brilliancies, but I'll give it 90% stream of consciousness. 10% I was messaging a friend of yours and mine, Matt, Peter,
During the match?
who asked me, no, not during the match, before the match, who asked me, he was messaging me during the match, but there was no communication. Anyway, he asked me who I was playing, and I said I don't really know. And then he kind of prompted me to like check the games, you like do a little bit of preparation. I noticed
Wow.
I was expecting the Jobava London, so I prepared. I think we played one Jobava game, and I prepared this line with D takes e4. Actually, I had a nicer line prepared. The game went d4 d5, d4 knight f6, knight c3 d5, bishop f4 c5. I wanted to play the line with e3 because then I go cd4 ed4 and I just move bishop g4 that I kind of like.
Okay.
It's kind of annoying for white, but instead of the E3 line, he chose E4, and I don't know. I think I got a fine position. The game was basically just equal
Yeah.
from there. So that was the only time that preparation came into play pretty much at all.
Yeah, I thought you were getting very good positions from the openings, but those are openings you played for a long time, I suppose. So
Yeah, he kept going to this Caro-Kann with knight f6. I don't know. I thought those positions were close to equal. I didn't feel like I was really getting much of anything
yeah.
out of those openings.
That being said, the structure, like as you transition towards the end game, I feel like kept on getting better and better for you. You're making good trades, I thought, and maybe slightly better trades than he did.
Thank you. Yeah, I noticed during this match, like whenever we got an exciting game, I would like lose, and whenever we got a boring game, it usually went pretty well. So I just played as many boring games as possible, and we got, I don't know, there were probably 3 or 4 equal games that I got lucky and ended up winning. So I
Yeah.
don't know.
To clarify, I think you only lost one game, right?
Yeah, you were winning most of
Yeah,
them.
it was 1 and 2 draws, and I got really lucky in the last game. I should have lost that too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you got a little bit lucky. Ethan, would you like to add anything? Or?
Not really. I mean, the main thing, yeah, I was noticing was that you were getting really good opening positions, and then it was kind of snowballing from there. Also, I feel like when you were up, your conversion rate was pretty good, which which helps a lot. But
Thanks. Yeah,
yeah,
there was this one game that I thought I was gonna lose. I was playing black. I don't remember what the opening was, but I ended up getting this pawn structure with all the pawns on the light squares, and I think I was up a piece or two at some point, and ended up losing both back and getting into a worse work endgame.
Yeah, so it's like a Scotch Gambit sort of thing where
Yes, yeah.
oh yeah, your king was in the center.
I
Yeah,
thought I had a great position. I was like, oh, I just found this
good.
tactic. His knight spin to his king. I'm just gonna win. And then I don't know. I look back and I'm like, if the material's equal and we're in like a rook and 5 versus rook and 5, where I have 2 weaknesses and my opponent has none, and it's like, I think that game was a draw, but
yeah,
that was
yeah.
a bit of a lucky draw. But other than that, I was happy with the conversion. I was able to stay calm, luckily enough. So
Yeah, I think from my perspective, I liked there was like a decent variety of openings, and each game was long, and I enjoyed that. And so I
yeah,
feel like I learned a decent few things from Ethan's and Matt's commentary. So definitely a very fun match to watch, and definitely more level than the scoreboard. So
oh, I agree. Yeah, the first game of the match went like 12 minutes. I was like, I didn't know, this is insane. Yeah, it was fun. I think every time control we ran over
yes,
by a couple minutes. So
yeah,
yeah, it was a long quality match.
yeah. Do you know your next opponent at all?
I know he's very strong. I do not know who he is.
Yeah, it's Josh Altman, a candidate master. I think this year he was board 3 for UPenn. But
Right.
I think like in previous years he was board 2 and maybe even board 1 once. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm excited to see that one too.
I look forward to that match. That sounds really, really fun. Hopefully it'll be competitive, I guess. I hope so.
Yeah. If Matt or Ethan, do you guys have any other things to add, or we can end it here? Give Chris some time back and.
Well, just congratulate Chris on a good match, and thanks again to Kevin also and my co-commentator for putting in the work. And I hope you all had a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks
thank
for
you.
arranging this, guys. This was really fun. If there's one thing I could say, one of my students I think is watching right now. So Danny, if you're watching, hi. Don't spend an hour and a half of your day playing Blitz and Bullet. That's my recommendation. Don't do what we just did. But regardless, thank you, Nathan, for arranging all this. This was really fun. So
Yep.
awesome.
Yep. Well, we'll end the stream here, and we'll be back in like another 20 minutes for the next match. It's gonna be Michael Clark versus Alex Dorozelsky from UPenn. So, okay.
That's awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you.